Jack, tell us where you were born.
I was born in Germany in 1925, Dessau, Anhalt.
And were there a lot of Jewish families living in your area?
As I was a child in the beginning 30s, maybe 700-800 families, maybe a little more, I don't know exactly. We had a very big synagogue. They could fit in maybe 2,000 people. So they must have another people Jewish people at one time.
What did your father do for a living?
We had a shoe store, and he was very busy in the beginning, but after years and years, the German made signs, don't buy by Jews. So little by little he had to relocate to another city, Leipzig, a bigger city, 60 kilometers away from Dessau. And he opened there a store. There were a lot of more Jews there, and they survived. They could make a living.
Did you have a very large family?
No, I had just one brother.
So it was just the four of you?
Yes.
What are some of the things that your mother used to cook for the family?
Lentil soup, sweet and sour, with potatoes and plums.
Ooh, sounds delicious. When did you realize that there was something wrong going on about Jewish people and attitudes toward Jewish people? When did you first realize that?
And after Hitler became the power, 1933, 1934, 35, changed a lot. They made signs all over, Juden unerwünscht, Jews not welcome in the store. You couldn't go to the movie, you couldn't go bathing in the summertime or anything else. Everything was restricted. You could smuggle in, but you weren't welcome there. If they maybe know you, you would tell you you should leave. You're not belong here.
When things got much worse where you were living, your family had to make a decision to either stay or leave. Did you stay? Yes. Why?
Beginning wasn't bad, but it takes a long time. My father, so he had no passport. In order to get a valid passport, he had to go to Poland. If you're not 10 years in Poland, you become stateless. So while he was going in 1938, tried to go to Poland, the Polish government doesn't let him go in, and the Germans kept him on the border. So I've never seen him after 1998 anymore.
So if you had decided to leave, you could not leave?
No, because he had no valid passport. If you're stateless, no country wants you, especially Jewish people.
Do you remember actually being arrested?
Yes.
And who arrested you?
The secret police.
The secret police?
Secret police, yes.
The Gestapo?
Gestapo, right.
How did that happen? Where were you? What were you doing when it happened?
Friday, my mother was preparing for Shabbos, and I just came home from school, and they told us, you come up to the police station, we're going to ask you some questions, and we let you go home after you finish. But we never left there. The food was turned off. We never went back to the house. The way we were dressed in November, that's why they sent us into Leipzig.
Why do you think the non-Jewish people did not come to the aid of the Jewish people during this time of being arrested?
Because they were told not to associate with Jewish people. They were afraid they were going to be arrested or punished. They had young folk organizations, like here they have Boy Scout, young folk, Hitler Youth, propaganda, they hate the Jews. Just like the Arabs do today, the Jews took over our country, which is not true. Big propaganda went on in the newspapers and in stores all over.
What was the name of the very first camp that you went to? Because I understand that you went to more than one camp.
Puskov.
And did you have a job there?
Not in the beginning. They took you to work, anything. Dig holes, make foundations, carry bricks, cut down trees, and carry them, make barracks for the soldiers.
Was this a work camp?
In the beginning was a working camp. Yeah, I was open for about till 33 and 43.
How long were you there?
Was there from 40 to 44, 4 years.
And then where did they move you?
Auschwitz.
And do you recall going through a selection?
Yes.
And can you talk about that?
There were tailors, shoemakers, and all kind of mechanics. And I had a little experience with making brushes. In Europe, they make brushes by hand. You know, they had a board, they had a machine where they made holes in it, and they gave you a piece of wood with wires and hair, and you made the brushes. Shoe brushes, brushes for clothing, all kind of brushes. And
so
then you call us professionals. We were professionals.
You had a skill.
Yeah, skilled, right.
So you went to the left?
At first we were in the wrong room, and then found out that we were professionals. They said, no, you're not going this, you go in the other room. But this room we were with gas coming out. They locked the doors, you couldn't go out. They were sealed, locked up, and that's it. Once you're inside there, the gas came out, you were finished. And the other room was just regular water coming out.
So what you're saying is one room was a gas chamber.
Yeah.
That people thought was a shower.
Right.
And the other room was a real shower. Where did you go after Auschwitz?
I was liberated. I went back to Krakow, to Poland, where I thought maybe I meet my mother. But my father, I never met my father after the war again, neither my brother.
And your mother?
And my mother, she didn't ever come back.
How did you survive?
I was young, I was strong, I was sick. And I had a friend of mine gave me a job to feed the rabbits. And they gave me all kind of food to him and carrots. And the carrots I took for myself.
So you had food, or at least some food.
And some extra food, yeah.
But spiritually, how did you make yourself survive? What are the things which make someone survive that situation?
You have to have hope. Hoffnung, they call it.
There's an expression that God is all-knowing, all-powerful.
Yeah.
The question to you is God good?
Some believe in his God. They say he's good, but he's not 100% good. Because if he would see what's going on, why did he let it go on for so many years? What did he do? He didn't do anything bad. All because we were Jews. That's why they take us away from home in the concentration camp.
When you were there, when you were in the camps, did you continue praying to God?
Some people quietly they were praying, but I was too young to know by heart to pray. So I didn't do. He hadn't much time either, because he had to get up 6 o'clock in the morning, be ready to go to stay in the appeal. They counted every day, they counted you. Hot, cold or rain, he was standing in the appeal to be counted.
After liberation, so many people were sent to the displaced persons camp. They had nowhere to go. Their families were gone. What did you do? Who found you in the displaced persons camp?
As I was in Krakow after the war, only a cousin of mine came back. Was in Plaszow, in another camp in Poland. That's the only one survivor, but they were also, their parents sent out to Poland in 1938. And we were together like brother and sister. I came to America in 1947 on a ship called Ernie Pyle, and my wife, which I met later, she came on the same ship 2 months earlier. And we met through a acquaintance friend, and we got married in 1951.
She was also a survivor?
Yeah, also a survivor. She was 4 years.
Okay. And when you came to America, what did you do?
When I came to America, first I went to night school to learn a little bit English, and in the daytime I went to art trade school to learn how to sew on a machine. Because I had no trade. I was 13 years old when they sent me out, so I had no trade. I didn't hardly finish the school. And I was living in Newark for half a year. After I learned how to sew, and I went back to New York, I got a little job. First I was working in a leather factory where they make wallets and pocketbooks. And after a year or 2 years, they didn't call me back, they were busy. I started going to in the toy unit, toys, made all kind of animals on a 4 machine, which was a better salary than in the pocketbook factory, and I worked there till I retired.
Jack, anti-Semitism is the history of the 4,000 years that the Jewish people have been in existence. What do you think is the main reason for continuing anti-Semitism?
It's a little bit jealousy. People are smart and they go into business and they make a nice living. Even they're in foreign countries, like you say, and they're succeeding what they want to do. They don't come to the government, they need this and need this. They're all self-sufficient. And they help each other out, the Jewish people, if you're in need. They'll go to the government for help.
The first thing you said was the word jealousy.
Right, jealousy.